Emotions are high at Southwest University Park as El Paso Locomotive FC welcomes in Western Conference leaders FC Tulsa in their home regular season finale, with much still at stake for the postseason. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Southwest University Park. I'm Duke Keith, along with Holly Mata. Thank you for joining us today. We all know September was not a good month for Locomotive FC. October has been different, and it's 4 matches unbeaten for Locomotive, which has them on the verge of thinking not just playoffs, but maybe home playoff soccer, Holly.
Yeah, absolutely, Duke. The win against Lexington last week was probably the most important win of the regular season. And now, tonight, they could potentially get a home playoff spot, or clinch a home playoff spot. Something that they probably didn't see previously.
No, I would agree with you there. Indeed, it's been a great run for Locomotive. Run of form as we take a look at what happened last Saturday in Kentucky. 2 early goals, the difference is Memo Diaz and Beto Avila scored on Locomotive's first 2 shots on target as they were able to see out the match defensively after that.
Yeah, it was great to see Avila break out of his slump in that attack and finally get going. But the MVP had to be Sebastian Moramora, who tallied 6 saves, including 5 in the second half, to hold on and get all those 3 points for El Paso.
He rightfully earned a Team of the Week selection for that performance. As we take a look at the Western Conference standings, Locomotive have secured their spot in the postseason, but now are thinking even bigger. Currently clinging to 4th place, hoping to bring playoff soccer back to El Paso for the first time since 2021.
Well, they need 4 points in their last 2 matches to lock down the top 4 seed. But that could be achieved as soon as tonight based on what happens with San Antonio at Phoenix, which actually kicks off at 8 p.m. tonight. If you're Locomotive, though, you can't be thinking about everybody else. You got to go out there tonight and take care of business and just let the chips fall where they may.
October has shown Locomotive being able to get results in many fashions, whether it's the high-flying attack we saw against Oakland or the stout defensive unit we saw at Lexington. They seem to be heating up right about the time you want to be before the postseason starts in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. You want to be playing your best soccer heading into the postseason, and it seems like Locomotive may be turning a corner. They still are looking for that go-to guy up top to be able to count on in those big moments, but the defensive improvements as the season has gone on have certainly been noticeable.
On the flip side, FC Tulsa enjoying the best season in club history. They've wrapped up the 1 seed, tallied the most points in a single season, and will host a playoff match for the first time ever.
Yeah, things have been going well for Tulsa this season, but there's still a message to be sent out heading into the postseason that you are the team to beat, especially when you're not used to success like this. Locomotive was also able to get a point on the road against this team back in May, so you don't look for Tulsa to take it easy on them tonight.
Can El Paso get the 3 points to make playoff soccer in the 9-1-5 a reality? Or will Tulsa cement themselves as the team to beat in the Western Conference? It's USL Championship soccer, and it's coming up next.
It all started with one couple's vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in heart of the desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
Pack and Ship Express can help with any printing needs, big or small. Our team has the expertise and state-of-the-art technology to print posters or banners, as well as flyers, brochures, and business cards. Need something ASAP? Pack and Ship offers deadline printing, so if you need something fast, Pack and Ship Express can help. Pack and Ship Express, so much more than shipping, at 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. Find us online at packandshipep.com.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotosSpeedwayPark.com. That's VotosSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Keith, Holly, Mata with you as we get set for FC Tulsa and Locomotive FC, 2 teams that are playoff bound. FC Tulsa, as we pointed out in the pregame, the best record they've ever had, and on to the playoffs as we take a look at the starting lineups. First for Locomotive, good to have Jamali Waite back in the goal for Locomotive FC. But as you see, no Andy Cabrera off tonight, but Moreno and Avila very effective. Frank DeRoma right underneath. We'll see how that works out with Gabi Torres patrolling the left as he always does. For FC Tulsa, a couple of noticeable absences, at least on the bench, but wonderful to see former Locomotive midfielder Lucas Stauffer getting the start tonight. He came over earlier this season from Lexington SC, a free transfer. Peñaranda outstanding in the back for FC Tulsa. On a crisp October evening, it has been absolutely beautiful in the Sun City today, Holly. We're in for a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting one. I know Locomotive are super anxious to get hopefully a win tonight and hopefully a home playoff berth.
They can take one big step toward that if they can get all 3 points, depending on other results tonight. Natalie Simon is our referee. We are underway from Southwest University Park in El Paso. Can Locomotive keep the high-flying act going? A quick foul on Eric Calvillo. Tulsa, Khalil Ahmedkar taken down, and a quick restart here for Tulsa. Eighth notch and full voice on a Saturday evening, that's for sure. On the restart, lifted out Chamasi. Trying to control that, that's good work. FC Tulsa, the lanky Lamar Batista. But El Paso will have that one.
And that was a good job by Locomotive just getting away from that set piece and any kind of balls that were falling inside that 18-yard box.
El Paso trying to keep control. Here's Robert Coronado. Gets the nod as that link. That's a bad back pass.
Ball.
Good recovery here, but that will come to FC Tulsa. And along the right wing, Harvey St. Clair. Lifts it in, Chamasi again. Contesting for that. That will go out, it'll be a goal kick.
And not quite the clearance that he was looking for. He went up and he was in the right position to do that and just didn't really clear it out. Locomotive's very lucky to get away with that.
So, some early questions being asked by the visitors.
And it's interesting, we talked about earlier in just some of the statistics. So here's a great ball.
Beautifully done over the top. Beto Avila trying to control, and he's going to get the bounce. That will be a corner kick.
He's got a haircut. Didn't quite recognize him.
Right?
And a great job by Avila trying to get his body in front of that defender and at least coming away with a corner kick.
Beautiful restart. Jamali Waite going long and Avila sweeping in from the right wing. He was ready for that.
And Locomotive have been very dangerous on corner kicks in the last couple games. So let's see if they can put another one away early.
It'll be Ricky Reis. Played short to Calvillo. Takes a step and earns another corner kick off of Alex DeLu.
And let's see if they go short again. A lot of physical pushing going on in the box.
As you would imagine. Reis will in-swing this one. That is knocked and wide. And it's off of Alfaro. Let's take a look at our Casa Ala group. Keys to the match. What are you looking for tonight, Holly?
You know, low risk, high reward. Locomotive have tightened things up defensively in this 4-match unbeaten run, and they'll need to continue playing smart out of the back and not try to force anything. That's our ball. Los Locos have been outpossessed in their last 3 matches, the longest such streak this season. Keeping the ball in the midfield and controlling the flow of the match will be key to the postseason success. And lastly, man up top. The Locomotive have really relied on many options in the attack this season, but are still in need of a go-to guy who they can count on, who can be this constant presence heading into the playoffs.
Well, it was great to see Beto Avila step up and get a goal for the first certainly the first time since the Jägermeister Cup where Christian Sorto's shot rang off the bar and basically bounced off of Avila into the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Sorto had some spectacular goals this season, and he's such a great offensive threat when he comes into the game as well. So they have a lot of depth on the bench here.
Again, no Andy Cabrera, but Christian Sorto has been a super sub for Locomotive. That one too far ahead for Moreno, as there we see Big Hat, an 8th notch.
And such a pretty night. I mean, it's a beautiful night for soccer. Nice, crisp, not too hot. Sure.
Shout out to the grounds crew. They've done an excellent job with Southwest University Park. Giordano Colli receives that one. Scoots it up the right wing side. There's the cross that's chopped out by Reese.
And looked to be deflected off Tulsa. Yeah, we were talking earlier. It's interesting that, you know, statistically, Tulsa is last in passing and passing accuracy. So with that type of statistic, you look for them to be a little bit more direct and not necessarily possess the ball.
It's a foul on FC Tulsa. The Locomotive have earned a restart. Yes, dead last in crossing, passing accuracy and number of passes.
Yet,
which is interesting.
Yet first in the standings.
Yet first in the standings. And home field advantage all the way through the Western Conference if they stay alive.
That's a tough ball.
Yep, it bounced away from Chimasi. Lifted in, the shot off the post.
And I think that shows exactly why they are in first place. They don't necessarily need to possess the ball. They look to absolutely capitalize when you turn the ball over, when you make some errant passes. That was a really, really tough ball that was played from the left side across. It just kind of hung in the air too much. And unfortunately for Tulsa, they didn't put that one away. But luckily for Locomotive, that it hit the post and went out.
Alman rings that one off the left post. And just like that, we see the explosiveness of FC Tulsa. They've had some early opportunities here on the road, and resting a couple of normal starters. Alman, kind of a new figure for this FC Tulsa lineup, and that is, again, Alman. It's a goal kick for Jamali Wait, but if you wait, they will take advantage. And River Cabrera, a little expressive here in the very early going.
And I'm sure very angry. I mean, these last two sequences have been just errant passes, a little bit, not a ton of urgency with Jamali in the back. You know, just playing a ball up. When all else fails and you have no options, you need to just play that ball up.
Again, Avila in from the right wing.
And I'm excited to see how Gabby Torres plays this game. He's been having such a spectacular season so far, leading the team in assists, career leading season for him. And he's been just so incredible.
That's a good cutout. Memo Diaz was on it. He's provided a real spark. Alberto Quesada, good to see him back and healthy on the bench tonight. Avila to Diaz. Locomotive looking for a little control here. Daroma and Coronado. Ricky Reese.
And Tulsa doesn't really necessarily high press you, so this is a good opportunity. This is a good spot for Locomotive. But they don't, you know, they're kind of sitting back and kind of waiting. They look to be a team that's waiting for you to make a mistake, and then they're going to counterattack you, and quickly. So Locomotive have to do a really good job just keeping the ball and not losing it in really dangerous parts of the field.
To that end, you think the wings have got to be really, really key. Locomotive, not a whole lot of speed at center back, but two very speedy wingers in Memo Diaz and Ricky Reese.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fullbacks. Daroma will cross Reese. Avila. A lot of touches for Beto Avila. Here's Gabi Torres. Quality crosses usually.
That's a great ball.
Hoofed out, but only off Roma. Amon runs that down in a hurry. Amon with room to roam. Amon rolls that one into the path. Jamali waits, snuffs it out. Still going. Amon there for a second chance. It's deflected out. Coronado for a corner kick. But Amon and Coley just that fast.
And you saw the Locomotive defender step right when that ball was played, trying to draw that offside, and he just stepped a little bit too late. But an incredible save by Jamali Wade.
Comes off his line in a hurry. Here's Weber. Coley is back. They'll play it short, Coley and Weber. Weber, that's deflected, loose and wide. It's going to be a corner kick. It was deflected off of Locomotive FC. So to the other pin they go.
And that was tough for Jamali. I want to say it looked like he might have even got a hand on it. That was a very tough ball. He's forced to come off his line, and that Tulsa striker just kind of, or player up top, just unfortunately kind of went off the side of his head, but apparently hit one of the Locomotive players, unless it was Jamali Wade.
So they'll play it short again. Coley, outswinging ball. That is off. Avila gets a piece, another corner coming. Locomotive fans in attendance tonight, keeping the noise going. Weber and Coley again. Off to Coley and back to Weber. Weber blasts one in, and it's off a deflection and wide, and another. Oh, this will be deflected off of FC Tulsa, and they're all over the referee. It looked to me like it was off a Locomotive head.
And she is awarding them a corner kick.
Looking to the assistant referee for a little guidance. I got FC Tulsa off in a hurry.
And he was there. He was literally like half a boot away from getting that in.
Natalie Simon, our referee assistants, Cameron Seiler, William Bolson. James Morgan is our fourth official. Tulsa spent an awful lot of time booting corner kicks in from either side. Play it to Coley. Outswinging ball, that's deflected. That will be
throw in.
Throw in. Yep.
Good job by Jeroma, just defensively. Kind of snuck in front of that 10 yards that he needs to be at when the center ref wasn't looking.
So for what we're assuming would be a long throw in, it'll be Sousa. It is a long throw in into the middle of the box. That's fought for, and a foul in the box.
Well, they escaped.
Torres is taken down.
They escaped a lot right there. It seemed to take 5 minutes
that
for all the sequences of corner kicks.
I think Locomotive saw everything FC Tulsa's worked on in practice. Here's Alfaro, blasts it long, and
it's interesting what's going on with the Locomotive. Whether it's miscommunication or insisting on playing in the back this way. So far on every goal kick, they've struggled as soon as they've played it out to their outside back. Tulsa is high pressuring. Jamali Waite might have to start playing these balls directly forward, because for the last 3 corner kicks, they have struggled to build that ball out from the back.
Assistant coach in 2024, Luke Spencer, has really done wonders for this FC Tulsa squad since being promoted. And again, first home playoff berth, first time ever being top of the table. This was a team that looked a little different when Locomotive battled to a draw in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But since then, they have just been lights out. That's going to be a foul. Coley pulling down Moreno. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches available in Spanish throughout this entire season. USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Locomotive trying to find Memo Diaz out along the right. It'll be an FC Tulsa throw. Sousa.
Dangerous ball.
Awkward pass. Memo Diaz can't connect though. And Aman playing it into the middle. Locomotive wins it. Here's Gabi Torres. The Brazilian draws a crowd wherever he goes these days. Everybody knows the danger.
And he's just so good at, he just really is so aware of his body and aware of his defenders. Like, he does such a great job, like, just really shielding all these defenders from him and maintaining possession of the ball. He's just really, really incredible at that.
Locomotive pressuring again. We'll come back to Peñaranda. Clearance only as far as Daroma. Locomotive trying to make some hay here. Reis, Torres. Couldn't pull the trigger on that pass up. Looking for Calvillo, flashing out of the midfield. Off to Memo Diaz. Nice chipped ball over the top. Avila trying to get on it. Good positioning. Last touch.
That's a tough matchup.
Okay. Wow.
It's like David and Goliath out there.
Omar Batista has a few inches on Beto Avila and used his body quite nicely. And here comes FC Tulsa. Off to the corner.
Good interception.
Indeed. Keeps it away from Alex DeLu. That'll be out for an FC Tulsa throw. Resting some star players or not, FC Tulsa's been on the front foot for most of this opening 18 and a half minutes.
They have. They've done a really good job just like having a lot of success out wide and just a lot of combination play and services, dangerous services.
Lucas Stauffer, former Locomotive player, puts in a nice kick, and that earns the free kick here for FC Tulsa and a yellow card.
And that's tough because, like, at least from this angle, it looked like he got all ball, and you'll see here he did a good job stepping and just trying to avoid any kind of ball right here.
Alfaro.
He got all ball. I'd have to disagree with that call.
So lifting the foot in, Tulsa player goes down. Alfaro sees yellow here in the 19th minute, and yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Had an angle to go for the ball and the right to go for the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't necessarily a high kick. I mean, it was close to being one, but not quite. A very dangerous spot here.
The Australian Giordano Coley. Weber as well. Jamie Weber, the South African. Right foot or left foot. Coley, right foot, rolls one, and that's deflected out. Here we go again. Corner kicks.
This is the, how many corners have they had? This must be the fifth corner?
Fifth corner. Coley and Weber again. Pick your poison. They'll play it short. Weber straight to Jamali Waite. Waite looking to find Amanda Moreno, who was up, but well covered. FC Tulsa wise to what Locomotive tries to do quickly.
And it's, you know, those short corners are so dangerous. They're very difficult to defend. You have one player that can be 10 yards away, but it's basically a 2v1. And it's, unless you bring another player out there, you're taking away a player from the box and defending. So it is very, very tough to defend short corners.
If you're watching, no need to adjust your television. FC Tulsa with lime green numbers on white background.
Very difficult to see. I'm having a hard time just seeing it.
Let's do crunching the numbers with Beasley Mitchell and company. The number tonight, 89,968. That is the number of fans who've attended Locomotive matches this season, not including tonight's crowd. We don't have that number yet. But thank you to everyone who supported Los Locos this year and continuing to cheer throughout the postseason. Locomotive, by virtue of Sacramento Republic coming from behind against Lexington SC, trailing 2-0. Both goals for Sac Republic scored after the 85th minute.
That's crazy.
That is nuts. But Lexington only drawing, so that means Locomotive is in. Question still remains, where will they play? Where will they be seated? Quickly, in transition, Memo Diaz. It's well covered here, Scalbillo. FC Tulsa very compact, and they get back quickly, don't they?
They do, and they just get numbers behind the ball very well. Again, they don't necessarily high pressure. They just do a good job as a team getting numbers behind the ball.
Chipped over Chamasi. That's a good thought. Stauffer there to see it through for Peñaranda. But yes, lime green on white. Numbers are meant to be seen. Numbers are meant to be seen.
And you see Locomotive doing the same thing. They're not necessarily high pressing. They're trying to get numbers behind the ball as well.
Certainly aware of the danger FC Tulsa presents. Coley off to the right. Stauffer keeps it moving. Back to Lucas Stauffer. Former Locomotive man, Robert Coronado, good step. Nicely done. Beto Avila. Avila into the box. Avila rolls it. It'll be booted out for a corner kick. No, it stays in play. Beto Avila wins the foul. Little contact there from Sousa. With the assistant referee and the referee basically calling for that one. They are waving his flag, and Avila down in a heap.
And that was a beautiful ball that was right across that 6-yard box. Almost got across that 6-yard box.
And then it just stayed in play.
And I think, you know what, it was a handball more than a foul, and I think that's probably what they called. But this will definitely be played like a corner kick as well.
Indeed, Ricky Ruiz and Eric Calvillo standing over the ball. That seems to be the way teams play anything in the corner or in that area, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of teams just all over the world. There's just playing so many short corners.
In swinging ball that's headed down. The shot is in. Gabi Torres. It bounces right to him in the middle of the 6, unmarked. 1-0 Locomotive set piece.
And that landed literally at his feet. Almost surprised him that it was that easy. And thank goodness he put that away. What a beautiful ball, in-swinging ball.
Kofi Chamasi's going to get the assist on that. Beautiful header to the feet of the Brazilian.
I mean, he was in the right place at the right time. And again, yes, Tomasi had such a great little flick on there. Without that, that wouldn't have landed right at his feet.
Gabi Torres in the 24th minute, giving Locomotive the lead off the set piece. Credit Ricky Reis for some excellent delivery as well. Kofi Chamasi wins that one in the air. And I think after Chamasi's win, obviously, the focus shifts away, and Gabi Torres is all by himself. Goal number 4 for Gabi Torres in the regular season. That's Chamasi's second assist. And Locomotive has the opener. First goal so important, and it looked for all the world like FC Tulsa was going to have that advantage. But Locomotive on the set piece, making it work. Here's Stauffer. Back to the Kentuckian. Good job into the box. It's deflected. Another corner coming. Upset with himself, Harvey St. Clair. The Englishman, get this, at age 19 had an opportunity to sign with Chelsea or Wolves and elected to go to Italy to play for Venezia.
Oh, wow.
But if you have the opportunity to go to Venice, wouldn't you?
Yes. And if you've been to Italy, you know exactly why he chose to do that.
I have not been to Italy, but I will take your word
beautiful.
for it. Coley again. Weber's going to peel away. Coley in, outswinging ball, and that's headed wide. Torres, I think, gets ahead to that. It's good work. Locomotive is going to win a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Tulsa so far has been successful is breaking the back line of the Locomotive. Locomotive are looking to step and try to draw Tulsa off sides, and they have not yet done that. So they might need to adjust that defensively, like leading 1-0. They might have to just kind of continue to drop back a little and not be beat by those through balls, because so far they've had 2 opportunities that were very, very dangerous because of that.
Out for an FC Tulsa throw. Select proud to be the match ball supplier for the USL Championship, from the Academy to the big league. Select there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Again, another through ball.
Yep.
Good cover, though. But again, you see them stepping with those players. I mean, especially it's a little different when you're near midfield. They are really trying to draw them off sides, like near their 18-yard box. It's so dangerous, because if you do not do that, it is almost a 1v1 every time. And they've had a few. Jamali Wade had an incredible save early on in this game from a 1v1 through ball.
Luke Spencer looking on, looking for answers. That's another foul in the box. Locomotive among the most fouled, if not the most fouled team in the league. Robert Coronado takes the abuse there. Driving ball. FC Tulsa almost on that. Coronado trying to get there. Play on, says the referee. A little contact made. DeRoma trying to hold off a very determined Alex DeLue. And that'll come to Jamali Waite with no harm. Great work by the 5'4" Frank DeRoma.
Little but mighty. It's always the little ones that are tougher than you think and stronger than you think. You have to be.
As spoken by my broadcast partner, who knows a thing or two about that.
And generally speaking, Locomotive isn't the biggest, most powerful physical team. Actually, shortest team in the league.
Frank DeRoma's not helping that stat much. Good work, FC Tulsa. Ranging that, but right off of Memo Diaz, who does well to absorb it. Excellent close control again, FC Tulsa. Sousa pulls down Chamasi, and the free kick earned. But Jamie Weber there, Sousa. FC Tulsa swarming when they need to. It isn't a press, but they're so athletic and they're on you so fast.
They are, and they're very, very good in their attacking third. They are extremely dangerous. They might not necessarily make or keep possession so much in the middle of the field in their defensive third, but when they are in their attacking third, their combination play is deadly.
That one gets away from Waite. So FC Tulsa's second most goals in the Western Conference behind Phoenix. We all know about Phoenix Rising.
Who's playing tonight?
Right, they're playing San Antonio. We'll kick off in about another 30 minutes or so. Good cross, but Chamasi has that one well sided. Coley off to the left. Here's Sousa.
And another corner.
Another corner kick as Memo Diaz covers. Diaz, who did so well versus Lexington in coverage defensively. And then, of course, scoring his second headed goal. One of the shorter players on the Locomotive roster. Both of his goals for his team, either in the first 2 years of Locomotive or this year as he returns to El Paso, scored with his head. Incredible. Oh, that's nicely done. And off the bar. Oh, flag is up.
It's like,
off the crossbar again. Well, off the left post first and off the crossbar this time. It wouldn't have counted anyway.
That's the 12th man in soccer, is the post, the goal post.
Right.
They either save you.
We've seen, they say in hockey, bar down and in. We've seen that a couple of times. That's a good run. Beto Avila. Determined, and he gets a little heel clip. That's not called. Avila. Outstanding work. Really pressuring Sousa, and it's out. It'll be a Locomotive throw. That is just Beto Avila insisting.
Absolutely, just individual effort.
Giving Sousa nowhere to go but out. Essentially showing him the door. And here's the throw in. Diaz to De Roma. And around Alfaro from Coronado.
And I don't know that I personally am a fan of constantly going backwards, especially when you have this like momentum of going forward and you're attacking, and then you're playing it to like your center mid, your defensive mid, and unfortunately, like, you go back, you lose that momentum, and then it's tough to count or get your attack building up again.
Coronado whistled for the foul on Sousa, or rather Coley, who goes down.
And again, well, the last little...
It's actually Calvillo, I think, is going to be whistled for the foul, judging from the replay. Eighth Notch letting us know what they think about that. Sweeping in, that's too far ahead. Harvey St. Clair can't get underneath it. Harvey St. Clair, Venezia, which has been up and down between Serie A and Serie B in Italy. Not a bad place to play your professional soccer.
Yeah, what an incredible experience.
Did you go to Venice?
It didn't. We went, no, but when I played soccer at Arizona State, we did a European trip, and we went to England, Scotland, Wales, played the women's professional teams there. But Italy is beautiful in general.
Life goals. Here's Gabi Torres, good hold. Reese trying to release Moreno up the wing. It's cut out. Here's Coley again. Sousa on the left. Sweeping ball, and again, overshot. So in the 34th minute, as we tick toward the 35th, Locomotive with the set-piece goal for the lead. Soccer season is here. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Locomotive fans hoping to use SeatGeek for a home playoff match. On the road at San Antonio to finish things out next week. Locomotive has to earn 4 points in these next 2 matches, however it works, to secure that 4th spot. Phoenix also with something to say about who's going to get that final home playoff berth.
And interesting enough, if both Phoenix and El Paso win, it'll come down to that last game in San Antonio between San Antonio and Locomotive.
Next week in the Alamo City, I believe the watch party for that 5 p.m. kick taking place, 6:30 p.m. That's a long cross that's headed down and wide. They got it to the left side and not just across the 6.
No, and just crazy that so many balls have been landing in the 6-yard box and they have not come away with a goal. A beautiful ball playing literally perfectly to Tulsa, who just heads it wide.
Khalil Elmed Carr just wide, trying to knock that one to the far post. And that's what you're taught to do in the 6. You go the opposite way from where the ball's coming.
You like in the youth soccer, you play it back to where it comes from.
Which he did, and it was just a little overshot. Locomotive trying to clear again, cut out.
And again, you see Tulsa, they are high pressing on goal kicks, not necessarily anything else, but it is giving Locomotive a very, very difficult time getting that ball out.
That's St. Clair again. Locomotive's watch party, 6:30 p.m. next week, will be at the Sagi Paso. Great venue for Locomotive's watch party versus Austin FC in the U.S. Open Cup. Beto Avila's game of games in his hometown. 2 goals versus the MLS side before Austin decided to bring in all the ringers.
And so close, but such a great game. And
it was a great game. How cool is it to be able to go back to your hometown and score twice against the Major League Soccer squad in their beautiful stadium?
And they played so well, regardless of who was in and who wasn't.
This is one.
That's a great tackle, great win.
Great work, Calvillo. All-time appearance leader for Locomotive FC. Won that spot away from Yuma earlier this season. Here's Torres. And that's a shove from behind. Easy foul called.
You know, Calvillo is so good. He's one of those workhorses. He's not flashy. You don't necessarily see a lot of crazy spectacular. You don't see a ton of goals, but he's just always there. He's a steady, consistent player. He's tough defensively.
It's a beautiful ball. Avila Moreno gets it played back. Calvillo stepping in. Speaking of, the captain knocked into the middle. Avila, I don't think, got as much of that as he wanted to. Easy enough clearance. That's one in the air by Diaz. Great pressure again, and Calvillo, beautiful step away from traffic.
And there's the flash that I apparently didn't give him credit for having.
Happy the sportscaster's jinx worked out there, eh? Here's Alfaro. Chimasi. Into the 39th minute, Locomotive hanging on to that 1-0 lead. That's a slow rolling pass, but it'll make its target. DeRoma having to go backward though. FC Tulsa just marks El Paso so well up and down the pitch. That'll be a foul though on the visitors.
Yeah, they do a really good job again of pressing like at the right times.
That's a yellow card for Sousa. Couple of interesting yellows, one on Alfaro, and still down on the pitch, it's Memo Diaz. So Diaz still down here in the 39th minute.
He looks definitely to be injured. And he's coming off. No, he's not coming off an injury, but might have just got like a Charlie horse.
Yeah. It's actually Weber. Excuse me. Again, that lime green.
It's hard to see.
I'm sorry to harp on it, but yes, that is, it's lime green on white.
For us commentators way up high, it is very difficult to see their numbers.
Friends from FC
and
Tulsa.
As a spectator watching on TV, I'm sure you can feel our pain because you can't see it much on TV either.
It's difficult. But the injury timeout and utilizing that opportunity to come and speak to his players. Luke Spencer, two-time USL Cup champion in 2017 and 2018. The MVP in 2018 as well with Louisville City. Developed 6 first-team signing as Louisville City's Boys Academy director and was the interim manager of Louisville City in 2018. As a player, went 4-2-1.
Oh, wow.
As a player manager. Cody Simmons, the head athletic trainer. That was whistled as a foul, so Memo Diaz can stay on the pitch. Seems to be shaking it off quite well. Former Gadsden Panther, New Mexico Athletic Association High School Player of the Year for the Mighty Panthers. Restart, long switch. Trying to find Moreno, who hasn't had a lot of touches here in the early going, or this first part. I know they'd love to get number 10 involved a little more, Locomotive.
Yeah, and he definitely needs to just try to find ways to get the ball, demand the ball more.
Talking about Memo Diaz, part of that great Striker FC club team in southern New Mexico. So many guys still playing pro, like top-level championship MLS pro from that squad. Good work here by FC Tulsa. The long cross, the headed ball, down and again wide. FC Tulsa finding opportunity after opportunity. The whipped-in balls are getting exactly where they need to be, but the shots are wide. And again, that one's Alex DeLue.
Almost identical to the last one.
Yes. The last one, Khalil Almedkar, but DeLue right on it. Same spot. And cannot put it on frame. Locomotive happy for that. But you pointed out, it is living dangerously, isn't it?
Very dangerously.
43rd minute. Locomotive with the goal in the 24th. Gabi Torres on the set piece. Oh, Beto Avila takes a blow up high. That's Sousa. Spikes the ball. How is this not a yellow card? Not necessarily for the foul.
She's taking it out. She's taking it out. Is he already yellow carded? No.
No, it was not Sousa. It was Jamie Weber. It was Sousa. Wait a minute. Weber received the yellow card in the 39th minute. This is Sousa, who receives the yellow card here. Wow. Beto Avila goes flying, and of course, Locomotive with another dangerous free kick. And Sousa does go into the book as we enter the 44th minute.
And these two players have to be very careful because it's important for them to not get another and miss a game.
Right, not what you want going into your final week, although there is one more week of the regular season, but any momentum as you go into playoffs. Or an accumulation
of cards.
Sure. Ruiz and Calvillo. scoots one in. The follow through. Diaz off the post. Ruiz all the way through. There to make the stop. Peñaranda had to be on his horse. And then Memo Diaz on the deflection. Offside flag goes up on Locomotive.
That
Free kick,
was
Tulsa.
Incredible.
What a sequence. Ricky Reese sneaks one through. Just goes for goal. And actually not off the post. It was off a defender. Memo Diaz. We're hearing 2 minutes of stoppage time, yet to be officially signaled.
And you're right, Moreno has had very, very few touches this game.
Barely any at all, and I'm sure that's what Wilmer Cabrera would love to address, especially coming into the second half. But you want your second leading goal scorer. That's a good flick. Back and forth, Torres and Moreno. Comes to DeRoma. Tulsa spread out a little bit. DeRoma will have a go. Tipped wide. Peñaranda had to make the stop.
And what a shot. And exactly what I'm saying with DeRoma is he's such a great swing player, but like just to get him to go forward, take shots. I mean, he can attack. Someone will cover in behind. I'd love to see more of that. Look at this strike. An incredible strike and an incredible save. I mean, that was absolutely a goal.
Peñaranda stretching out. The man from Long Beach, New York, had to be long there. Cabrera questioning as Moreno makes his way slowly back onto the pitch. But a corner kick earned by Locomotive as we are in stoppage time, the first of two added. Here is Calvillo. In swinging ball, headed out firmly.
See, he has such a habit of going backwards. Like, I would love for him just to take a few dribbles and serve the ball back into that, you know, the 6-yard box. Like,
we know he has the moves.
Yeah, and he's quick, and he's so great with the ball at his feet. And again, you know, you're up 1-0. There could be a little bit more strategy behind not forcing things, losing things in a counterattack. But generally speaking, like, there's so many opportunities for him to go forward.
Here's Avila having to come back, gets ahead to it. It's a good keep. Batista. The foul to slow things down from Moreno. Calvillo's going to be whistled for the foul here, as he takes down Weber. And gets a talking to from our center referee. We have played the two added. This will be Coley. Saying DeRoma needs to take a few steps back. DeRoma knows what he's doing. Prevents the quick restart. And Coley will roll it up. Chipped wide. Nicely done into the box from the byline. That is swept, and it will be in play. Actually out of play. That was going to be a goal kick. That is the final action of our first half. And Locomotive, based on the 24th minute goal by Gabi Torres, takes a 1-0 lead into the locker room here in El Paso, Texas, in the final home match of the regular season for Locomotive FC. We'll come back here in the halftime, have a look at the stats, the highlights, and plenty more besides. Stick around. Locomotive Soccer from El Paso, 1-0 to the hosts over FC Tulsa.
With Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal, business, and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
With more traffic back on El Paso highways, the potential for serious accidents is back too.
Insurance companies giving you the runaround? That's old news. What's real news is a lawyer who's got your back. I was born in El Paso, and I've been on the side for injured El Pasoans for over 20 years. I'm attorney Alexandria Zant. Call me today, and I'll give you the real scoop about your case.
Zant Law Firm, 799-0993. Or find us online at zantlawfirm.com.
It all started with one couple's vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in heart of the desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park in downtown El Paso, Texas. Solid start for the home crowd as we take a look at the Western Conference standings and the top four with that X next to their name. FC Tulsa has already won home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the Western Conference. Sacramento Republic, New Mexico United have sewn up their berths, and by virtue of Republic's come from behind tie, their draw versus Lexington, that means Locomotive has wrapped up a playoff berth. Top four with 40 points and trying to earn a home playoff berth for the first time in 4 seasons, with San Antonio FC, Lexington SC, Phoenix Rising, and Orange County above the playoff line. Switchbacks, the defending champions, have not been eliminated, but on the outside looking in right now in that 9th place spot. As we take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship, back-to-back Shield winners, Louisville City. Really the standard in the regular season for the USL Championship, earning the regular season best regular season record. They raised the Players' Shield for the 2nd consecutive year. But as we see, FC Tulsa, home field advantage secured, claiming the top spot in the Western Conference and their first home playoff games in club history. And they've got to hold serve, but if they do, they play at home the whole way through, at least until the USL Championship final. And representing Los Chapines, the Charleston Batteries, Rubio Rubin, competing for Guatemala in World Cup qualifying. Jamali Waite, of course, for Locomotive, will be doing the same for Jamaica. The upcoming schedule to round things out, New Mexico United playing host to Oakland Roots, who has already been eliminated. That is a 3 p.m. start on the 19th. New Mexico United finishing things out October the 24th versus Rhode Island. Both home matches for United. FC Tulsa playing host to Switchbacks FC next week. And, of course, Locomotive on the road in the Copa Tejas finale versus San Antonio. That's at 6:30 p.m. San Antonio FC and Locomotive FC battling. You can watch that game at the watch party at the Sagi Peso out on the east side of El Paso. We've got more coming up, including highlights and a look at the stats as we continue here at half from El Paso.
Leans back, hits one what a hit! Here's Wilson. He stays out, and the Roots have a lead.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
USL All Access on SiriusXM FC every Tuesday night. Devin Kerr, Mike Watts, we've got all the news around the championship.
This series is a dead heat.
This is the one we've talked about since the end of May.
We'll recap weekly results, talk about player transactions, coaching tactics, and hey, maybe even a guest appearance by some interviews.
Who knows? SiriusXM FC every Tuesday night and the following day on the USL YouTube page and the SiriusXM app.
Locomotive getting the game ball delivered. The Patriots, a local parachuting club, bringing in the flag and the game ball tonight to Southwest University Park. Wonderfully done. 1-0 to the hosts at the break. And that's the way you round out a 2025 season. Locomotive FC is going to be in the USL Championship playoffs for the first time in 2 years. As FC Tulsa, of course, home field advantage throughout the West. As we take a look at the stats tonight, so far, well, let's take a look first of all at the goal. Locomotive, this is the difference. That's a foul. Ricky Reese, Chamasi, Gabi Torres settles and fires in unmarked inside the 6-yard box, Ollie.
Yeah, and that's tough. Again, like anytime you get a deflection, you kind of lose your man, and it just fell right at the feet of none other than Gabi Torres, right on his left foot, and he was going to put that away.
Gabi Torres with his 4th goal, had 4 goals his whole career, 3 seasons in Phoenix, but he's already up to that mark in El Paso. Really one of his most prolific seasons in the USL Championship. And Locomotive, what a pickup in the offseason Gabi Torres has been.
He has been. He's been just one of their absolute best players so far this season. And, I have no doubt that he could play at an even higher level. He's such an incredible player.
1-0 at the break. We'll come back and have a look at those stats and plenty more as we continue from El Paso.
Night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here. Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
With more traffic back on El Paso highways, the potential for serious accidents is back too.
Insurance companies giving you the runaround? That's old news. What's real news is a lawyer who's got your back. I was born in El Paso, and I've been on the side for injured El Pasoans for over 20 years. I'm attorney Alexandria Zant. Call me today, and I'll give you the real scoop about your case.
Zant Law Firm, 799-0993. Or find us online at zantlawfirm.com.
Locomotive FC leading 1-0 at the break. Duke Keith along with Holly Mata as we take a look at the first half stats. Locomotive FC being outshot by Tulsa. The shots on target, though, 2-1 favoring Locomotive. In possession, again, this is an FC Tulsa team that doesn't mind not having the ball, but pretty even right now, Holly.
Yeah, but 7 corners. I mean,
yeah.
Locomotive has come away lucky, having no goals scored so far with 7 corner kicks that were very dangerous as well.
And Locomotive FC, with the stat that really counts, leading 1-0 at the break. Let's take another break, and when we come back, have a look at the highlights and get ready for the second half as we continue from Southwest University Park.
It all started with one couple's vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in heart of the desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
A mailbox with Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal business and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center.
Everyone needs a moment to recharge. A quiet pause, a warm cup of coffee, a breath before the road calls again. At Arribas Enterprises, we understand how important it is to take care of those who keep the world moving. That's why we support our drivers every mile of the way. Take a break, recharge, keep moving forward. With us, you are never driving alone. Now hiring experienced CDL drivers. Apply today at ArribasEnterprisesInc.com or call us now, 915-881-4024.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Locomotive FC leading FC Tulsa 1-0 at the break. Duke Keith, Holly Mata, as we have a quick look at the first half highlights. FC Tulsa had plenty, including here early in the going. Coley cut out nicely by Jamali Wade. Great off his line.
Yeah, they've been finding success getting those balls through that back line, and unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to put one away.
That one stays in. That's a hook, and off of that foul, Ricky Ruiz, Jamasi, Gabi Torres firing it in for the goal. That was in the 24th minute for Locomotive FC. Ricky Ruiz going directly here, and Peñaranda had to come off his line. Memo Diaz puts it off an FC Tulsa defender. Off of set pieces, Locomotive looking very dangerous, Ollie.
Yeah, and you see here with DeRoma just, getting forward, being an attacking player, and he just rips a shot that just made the keeper have to make an incredible save.
Peñaranda with a great stretch to get a hold of that, and we're underway here in half number 2 from El Paso. Memo Diaz, little collision there. Enough of a 50-50 ball, no foul called. Locomotive with the throw.
So it's going to be nice. Let's see what adjustments Locomotive has made. In the back, I think they don't necessarily have to be so aggressive in trying to step and draw Tulsa offsides. Great little move there.
Beto Avila. Batista keeping a hold of that one's deflected out. It'll be a goal kick.
So we'll see. I mean, you're up 1-0. There is really no need to, you can play a little bit more defensive. So I'd like to see them be a little bit smarter in the back.
We talked about getting the ball to El Paso's number 10, Amando Moreno, a little more. What can you do to effectuate that. How can that happen for Locomotive FC?
Yeah, I think he is pulled out very wide. They're looking to get the ball wide. I think if they can do that quickly, when they switch the field, they got to do it quickly. It can't be in like 4 different passes, back to your center back to the next center back out wide. It's got to be a little bit quicker. And I think he'll find the ball, he'll get the ball more, as well as when he's up high and up top, that he's got to just come and ask for the ball to his feet. You want the ball at his feet, so looking to get that ball.
Alfaro steps away. Good cutout by Chamasi. Alfaro wrong-footed as he tried to clear it. Off of the right-hand side, the header straight to Jamali Waite. So dangerous on the counter-attack. Alex DeLue, great service from Harvey St. Clair. But the Jamaican international on it. Waite.
His distribution has not been the best this game, Jamali Waite. I know, like, even earlier, some of the center backs are actually playing the ball out of the back, like as a goal kick. He's not taking them.
It's a good step by Gabi Torres to send it to Coronado. There's Amanda Moreno. Keeps it in play. Nice step over. Moreno. Calvillo. Rolls it wide. Here's Memo Diaz. De Roma. And back to Diaz. The cross whipped in. Peñaranda is there.
And that was a good ball. Unfortunately, Avila just couldn't get ahead of that.
It was great to hear Wilmer Cabrera, as it's a good step in by Ruiz to win it back. Talking this week about Beto Avila, who long-suffering finally gets his goal in league play. Gabi Torres is off to the races, and that'll be a throw-in for Locomotive.
And he is a truck. He is strong. You don't realize how strong he is, and he's so strong on the ball. And he has actually really great speed as well. It's deceiving. You're not going to knock him off the ball when he doesn't want to be drawing a foul.
Lucas Stauffer complaining that he got a little friendly shove, or not so friendly shove from Gabi, but no foul whistled, and Locomotive with a throw-in. Talking about Avila, Coach Cabrera saying he's so good with the shots there as a Locomotive. That's Torres, who's down behind the play. So good, he's back up clearly in an offside position. That's going to bounce for Moreno. We'll hold that thought. Moreno. Avila keeps it down, but it's off Batista. Memo Diaz back to Avila. That's what Wilmer Cabrera talked about. If he can keep his shot down and drive it,
he'll get more on target. Yep.
Right, here's Diaz. Nice cross. Peñaranda cuts it out.
And those are great balls. Those forwards, those attacking players just have to anticipate that. They have to get into the 6-yard box and get something on that. I mean, a ball going across the 6-yard box, like, you have to absolutely get something on there.
Coley, the Australian, off along the left. High cross. Ranging back to put that one in to the 6-yard box. Easy enough for Jamali Waite off of St. Clair. Beto Avila has had some positive impact on this game tonight. Not in the scoring column, and Amanda Moreno is going to be whistled for a foul here.
She's bringing a yellow card out.
It's a yellow card on Moreno. Second yellow for Locomotive. Moreno in the book here in the 51st minute. Frame by frame.
I mean,
the sudden pain.
The sudden pain, the semantics after.
Batista chopping that one forward over the head of St. Clair, who appreciates the thought and is urging that to be a little further in the next time through.
it's funny. Soccer is like the one sport that really hasn't changed. Like, the game hasn't changed. The sport hasn't changed. There's not a lot of, like, different rules. You know, other sports you see so many things that have, you know, maybe just with technology, modern things. Soccer has really kind of remained the same. The only thing that is so much different than, you know, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s is just the blatant, like, rolling around on the ground and you know, the fake injuries. But outside of that, the sport has just really remained the same sport. It's nice. It's like the one sport that really hasn't changed much.
The laws of the game are the laws of the game.
And it's played very similar to how it's always been played. You know, minus there are now, you know, instant replay reviews. But, I mean, there's been so much change. Like, you look at football, you know, there's so many different rules that have changed throughout the years. And so soccer is really like the one sport that has remained the same.
Very true.
That looks like an extra foul off the ball.
Looked like it, but no possession, so no call.
And both teams need to be very careful. Our center ref is very quick to pull out her books. She looks like she's not taking anything, so you got to be mindful of that while you're playing. Nothing silly, nothing flagrant.
The cross to Coley here. Chased by Torres. Coley goes down, played forward to the edge, now back to Coley, off El Medcar. It's chopped out, good work, Calvillo to come back. Danger not cleared, comes to Stauffer. Former Locomotive man, so great on the wings in El Paso. Oh, that just was a miscalculation. The shot across is too far, trying to push it in.
Maybe not the best decision by Tulsa. You know, he was really far out wide, which was giving him a very difficult angle for a shot, but he could have cut the ball back across him. You see him dribbling, he's all alone.
Alex DeLue wanted it. Alex DeLue actually got it. The man who wanted it was Amon, who was trailing the play. He wanted it played back to him.
Back farther out.
Deciding to do the cross instead, it's a miss. And a throw in for Locomotive. Here's Torres. Locomotive trying to play out of pressure. Alfaro boots it long. Good work here, Ruiz. Quick throw, Stauffer in a hurry. That's Alfaro who leaves a little bit in. That is a goal kick for Locomotive. And Alfaro needing to be careful as well, as going down in a heap was DeLue.
And playing with a yellow card right now.
No clear possession, so Alfaro has an opportunity to get in and get position, but clearly a shove. The fact that he didn't possess the ball is what
probably didn't lead to the foul.
Keeps the whistle.
Or no foul.
Right. Keeps the whistle from blowing. Here's Torres. Sky ball, Moreno tries to get in. That'll be a throw in for El Paso. Moreno working on Jamie Weber. Ruiz, as we enter the 56th minute. Ruiz pings one across, nobody in blue and yellow on the other side, and as fast as Memo Diaz is, he's not going to be able to run that one down.
He rifled that across the field.
He did. Clearly expecting somebody to be there in blue and yellow. You can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the Championship, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC channel 157. Offside flag is up here, and the new Sirius XM app. So the second flag on FC Tulsa, and Locomotive may be working the offside trap a little better.
They are. I mean, yes, they are. Again, I think that was a little bit easier for them to do that. I think there's just times that they have three up top that are making runs in behind, and they're all trying to step. And the problem is if you're not stepping collectively together and one person is off, I mean, you're leaving them on side. So it looks better that the back line as a whole, as a unit, is doing a better job doing that.
Moreno, good thought, but nobody again in blue nearby. And here's Coley.
And Coley's really their workhorse on this team. He gets everything is played through him.
Stauffer, nice ball. Jamasi, good cutout. Gabi Torres.
He gets so many balls. He's really that workhorse of the team, that real true center mid.
Here's Stauffer in the throw. Swung in Coley, that's touched and doesn't make the target. The flag stays down, it'll be a goal kick. But what a thought by Coley. He was almost able to connect with Elmed Carr.
And you'll see this was a great ball. The entire defensive line, as it was being played, stepped up. And again, someone would have got on that. It was onside.
So Jamali Waite with a goal kick into the 58th minute in El Paso. Good settle here, Stauffer. Cut out by Reese. Turn here and too far, but it'll be run down by Elmed Carr from Delu. Played in, Chamasi. Locomotive again kind of back on its heels.
And at times having a tough time clearing the ball.
But FC Tulsa, uncharacteristically, leading in terms of passing accuracy, 77%. Both teams are about 77%, but the difference a tenth of a percentage in favor of the visitors.
That looked to be
Turning,
offside.
Yeah, that is. The flag is up. Well worked trying to find Abdoulaye Sissoko. Bounces through, driven forward. Nobody there for Memo Diaz on the other side of it. FC Tulsa about ready to make 3 substitutions as we enter the 60th minute. Coley driving at that Locomotive back line. The step over the shot kind of skitters away. It's going to be brought down. The pass back. Here's Weber. Coley sees it through, stepping in. That's Memo Diaz in the foul as Diaz draws the contact.
And he's lucky not to get another yellow.
Sousa, the offending party. And Memo Diaz is down in a heap, and we will have our 3 substitutions. Lukic coming on for Dalu. Calera for Elmed Carr. And Owen Dom for Sousa.
Well, that's probably a good thing that Sousa's coming off, because he escaped a second yellow card.
That's, I'm sure, in Coach Spencer's thinking.
He's praying she wasn't going to give him one as he's subbing him off.
But Owen Dom coming on, a goal and 4 assists this season. Calera, though, the one to keep an eye on, 13 goals for FC Tulsa.
It looks like Tulsa's going to want to get back in this game, putting him in.
They certainly want the points. You can't blame Coach Spencer. It's about keeping momentum at all times.
And pride, you know, you do. Like, it's hard not to have pride. You do so well this season. You're first.
Good work. Armando Moreno's going to earn a corner. They have not found number 10 a whole lot tonight, but gets that one to bounce.
But better so far. I mean, so far he's been a little bit more involved in this half. I want to say he might have had 2 touches in the first half.
Just about. I think you're right. So, Locomotive. Rick Calvillo. This is Locomotive's 4th corner of the night. FC Tulsa with 7. A little discussion as we enter the 63rd minute. As always, Reese and Calvillo off and into the corner. In swinging ball, that's skittered down. Trying for the shot, it's Coronado. It's cut out by Coley. Coronado trying to run it down, and that's going to be a foul.
And too bad that wasn't Moreno back there, because he would have attempted a bicycle kick.
Exactly. Right, if they'd lifted it up.
I think it was Avila that had just kind of popped up a little bit behind, and I don't know if he was attempting it. He slipped and fell.
Yeah, there were a couple of Locos players who went down onto the turf. So this will come to Weber. Off to the right. Good step. That swung in a little miscommunication. Not crisp. That was Lukic looking for Harvey St. Clair, who zigged when he should have zagged. Off to Reese. Calvillo. Boot Reese. Our field mics are better than yours. 64th. St. Clair gets the head to it, but it's straight to Coronado, and now DeRoma gets a little help. Memoria stepping into the middle. DeRoma crossing to Alfaro. Showing for this ball, Moreno. Played up, Coronado. Gabi Torres play on. Advantage play, that was a foul. Memo Diaz. Locomotive, some good possession here. Can they make anything of it? Swept forward, Torres, good thought. Avila into the box. Avila draws a crowd. Avila dallied on the ball perhaps a bit too long.
Too much.
Torres trying to chase that down, is going to get a foot to it. It's Tulsa throw. Phoenix over San Antonio 1-0 into the 20th minute in the Valley of the Sun. As it stands right now, this equals the 4 points, but we have a lot of soccer to play, as they do in Phoenix. DeRoma, about an hour behind us in terms of starting time.
Oh, great little
nice
flick.
Clip forward. Calvillo. Moreno into space. Avila trying to get there, but quickly off his line. Johan Peñaranda. DeRoma's going to be whistled for a foul. Weber. The South African to the Englishman. And it comes to Lukic, the Serbian. Flag is up. Is that sign lit up? It is. The lit up chain, that is incredible. That has to be homemade. I don't see that on the shelf anywhere. That's incredible work. Bring your electronic sign to the game and wear it around
on
your
a
neck.
chain
That's
that you
incredible,
wear.
right?
That's awesome.
That's over the top of everybody. I saw that and I was wondering if the light was catching it or what.
Like the reflection of the stadium lights. No.
Right. Nope.
Die-hard Loco fan.
Right. Making your own specialty gear. That's played forward and again just miscommunicated. Lukic trying to find St. Clair, but they are not on the same page right now.
Yeah, they're not connecting very well. Like what was very successful in the first half is not working out, which is a testament to defensively what Locomotive are doing. They're just a little bit more organized.
Reese over the top. That pins it back a little bit, but here's Memo Diaz. Launches this one forward. One in the air, but DeRoma there to bring it down. Coronado, that's a trip and a restart. Locomotive content to let that go. You're in as we near the 69th minute.
And I think content to take as much time as they possibly can.
Robert Coronado taking his time. Coronado's been solid as that link-up midfielder. Does have a goal this season for Locomotive, but he's the facilitator. He's the guy who organizes the back to the front.
Yeah, he's definitely their attacking center mid.
That'll bounce to Moreno. Waits for it to come his way. Torres lifts one in. And that is glanced off of Calvillo, deflected out. One in the middle of the park by Diaz. Chamasi, DeRoma. Chamasi fills the space. Launches a long cross that's going to be won by Stauffer. And a foul on Gabi Torres. Take down to the Englishman St. Clair. And some extras between both players here. The Brazilian, one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet, but
on the field.
On the field, right.
Totally different. Soccer players are bipolar. Or let's say they just multiple personalities.
Nice work. Crossing, and that has to be stopped by Waite, who gets it over the line. That is going to be a corner kick.
That was a nice move.
Solid work by FC Tulsa, and they win the corner. Aman there to challenge. Weber throws it in. It's over Jamali Waite's head, but nobody touches it. Throw in for Locomotive. Into the 71st we go. eFootball is here. Live your dream and rep your team and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball free to play. Download now. Reese. And that's a foul. Stauffer over the back of Torres, who strike it. That's Avila. Still down on the turf. Avila continues to put in that work for Locomotive FC.
He does. He's also a workhorse on this team. He's everywhere. He works hard. I mean, he's trying to attack, beat these defenders, but he works really hard to work back on defense as well.
Again, Diaz has to come back and retrieve that. Diaz could keep, but turned away. Reese, that's a good step in on Coley. DeRoma. Locomotive winning some challenges back. That's nice to see. FC Tulsa played forward for the Serbian Lukic. Connects there, but Harvey St. Clair cannot put it on frame. It is deflected out. Locomotive. Chamasi, good cover again. It'll be another corner kick, though, for the visitors.
And he did a great job just closing that down and getting a foot on there. Again, Tulsa is so dangerous counter in transition. You give up a ball in the middle of the field, they are coming full throttle at you.
Weber and Coley. Frank DeRoma says, I'm at the right distance. Weber and Coley would beg to disagree. Play it short, Coley. Out-swinging ball to the far post. That's knotted over the bar. I think Lukic was there. Serbian able to get something on it. 6'1", former Chattanooga Red Wolves player. There's Waite. Good work to Avila from Torres. Solid work to keep, and Avila draws the contact.
And rightfully so a foul. I mean, he did a great job shielding that defender, remaining on the ball. He was all over him.
Locomotive. Good step here. Armando Moreno and DeRoma going backward again.
I know, it's so tough because you're attacking and, you know, you're like forcing them, you're pressing them, you're putting so much pressure on them, and it's going back, and it's just kind of starting over again. For me, it's frustrating. But again, you're up 1-0, so there really isn't. Oh.
That's a bump and a foul, and another good job by Beto Avila. The referee not having it. That is Ian for FC Tulsa. Remonstrating with the referee. Our center ref tonight is Natalie Simon. She's having none of it. Locomotive managing the game nicely, but FC Tulsa can strike in a hurry. We've seen it already tonight. Locomotive being cagey with the 1-0 lead. Here is Reese, the step over. Calvillo straight in. Torres, that's shoveled out, and it'll be a corner kick.
And a lot of corners in this game in general. I mean, 9-5 or 9-4.
This will be the fifth.
Fifth one.
It has been a little choppy and gotten more so as the second half was worn on. In swinging ball that's headed out and headed right back. Peñarando makes the save. They're at the far post. I believe that was Avila trying to stretch him out. Coley, good job to get back by DeRoma.
Oh.
Waite off his line. Coley brings it down. Waite gets back into the net. And that is going to be a foul on Memo Diaz. Overruns it a bit. And a dangerous free kick coming for FC Tulsa. Mutual respect.
And he really didn't need to push him. He was with him stride for stride. but he didn't want to allow him a shot.
No.
Unfortunately, Waite was backpedaling, totally off his line, not in a good position.
That was Amon. So Memo Diaz commits the foul. The downside of that is it's a free kick. And again, Weber and Coley, two representatives of the Southern Hemisphere, South Africa and Australia respectively. Jamali Waite sets his wall. Weber up and over the chip in, far posts. That is not where he wanted it to go, Gabi Torres. There to head it out, throw in. Quickly, in the box, well covered, and trying to shake things off is, I believe, Avila. He gets tangled a bit with Harvey St. Clair.
Moreno.
It's Moreno, you're right. But into the 78th minute, Lucas Stauffer with the throw here for FC Tulsa. The former Locomotive winger. Fullback. Out it comes, shoveled in, top of the box, that'll pop through. Jamali Waite there to punch it clear, nicely done, and the flag goes up.
Yeah, all three of them were offsides.
Three FC Tulsa players, Lukic, Amon, well ahead of the back line, and the assistant referee took his time but makes the right call. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. And pretty clear in the replay. Lots of white jerseys beyond the line. Another sub here for FC Tulsa. Wahab Akwe coming in for Memo Diaz for El Paso. Emi Rodriguez in for Gabi Torres, who's run a race tonight. And Lucas Stauffer's night is done. He'll be replaced by Delence Pierre. Former Switchbacks man. Won a championship last year with Switchbacks. Also won a championship with Real Monarchs in 2019. Notable because it was Monarchs who put Locomotive out of the playoffs in 2019. I don't think that's his real hair.
And you see Akwe, and you know, you got to imagine he's going to bring a little bit more more defensive player than Diaz out there, who just gives you a little bit more on the attack on the outside. So, and fresh legs, you know, subbing Gabi Torres out, just having like some fresh legs there to press and pressure.
Into the 80th minute in El Paso. Lukic, nice back heel, but Coronado gets a piece and Reese cleans it up. And under pressure, good work again. Avila forces the throw in. Reese will certainly take his time.
And Locomotive need to be very smart. They need to make sure that they don't give up any kind of bad passes, errant passes. Try to remain in possession and just make smart decisions. They're up 1-0. There's 10 minutes left in the game.
They'll roll this one back to Jamali Waite, the Jamaican international. Up it comes. It's well won by Reese. 81st minute. A bit of a tightrope act now for Locomotive. Clearly making defensive substitutions. Here is Lukic forward, and that is, I'm not quite sure where he wanted to send that. And Reese gets that one to bounce off Lukic for a Locomotive throw. Lukic he's upset because he thought somebody was going to be there where that pass went.
And honestly, that was a dangerous little flick just to play the ball back into the middle of the defensive third. I mean, a player could have got that and just immediately played that ball back into the 18 with Tulsa having numbers in the box.
Come to Coronado. Reese, that's going to be a foul on Lukic. And demonstrating with our referee, clearly upset by the call from Natalie Simon.
And if you're Tulsa, you just can't give up any kind of fouls because Locomotive are smart. They're going to be managing this clock and taking their time. So if you're Tulsa, you just got to really play also smart.
El Paso still the most fouled team in the USL Championship, as they have been for most of the season. Long out of the back, trying to play it to Avila. Back to Tulsa, looking for a way forward. Good back and forth. Comes to Wahab Akwe. That's contested. Corner kick coming. Good work by Calera. The 10th corner kick of the night. Tony Alfaro getting a talking to. Cabrera. With some instruction on the bench.
She's saying hands to yourself.
They'll play it short. Coley from Weber. Chipped in. That is offside, flag up. Lots of white jerseys beyond that back line. Well done, Locomotive.
Well done, Locomotive.
That is the tightrope.
A huge improvement from the first half, absolutely. Again, when you're stepping as a unit, the whole back line has to be a unit together when they decide to step. If one player's stepping and the other player isn't, you're allowing that player, the opposing team, to be onside. So they are absolutely communicating so much better.
And Christian Sorto will step in for Beto Avila, who's run a good race tonight for Locomotive.
He's had a tough game. He's had an incredible work ethic. He's covered so much ground this game. He's just really been all over the place. He's had an excellent game. And Sordo brings so much attack as well and danger. He's such a dangerous player. That left foot, strikes the ball so well with both, but he's got a rocket for a shot.
Amy Rodriguez is going to be whistled for the foul. The young Locomotive Academy player. And now it's busting loose. Players down, Eric Calvillo.
And not what you want to see.
Not at all. Emi Rodriguez whistled for the foul. The Tulsa player still down on the pitch. And that kicked it all off. Rodriguez, the Juarez native. We've met Cabrera on with our fourth official, and he has words for the FC Tulsa bench.
Coach, yes.
Going at Luke Spencer. Fourth official having to separate. We met Cabrera from Luke Spencer. James Morgan out there playing blocking lineman, if you will. And a little discussion with the assistant referee as to who might have done what. You've got to think there's going to be at least a yellow card out of this. Natalie Simon.
Originally the foul was on Emi Rodriguez.
Yes.
No doubt it was a foul on Tulsa.
Tulsa was fouled. Everybody back up. The discussion with the referees continues. Natalie Simon. I believe this is William Bolson. Cameron Seiler, the other assistant referee, and James Morgan, our fourth. Extended discussion.
Yeah,
you got to think it's going to be extended stoppage time too at the end of this.
Yeah, the original foul looked to be like Rodriguez was actually shielding the ball, and not intentionally, his hand went back and hit the other player, but then the other Tulsa looked to throw him on the ground, and then it just became a shoving match. To be honest, it looked like Tulsa. Yeah.
So Calvillo's going to be shown yellow for
there'll be more.
in, and I think
that's his second yellow, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not his second yellow.
Who is that?
We'll find out. Alfaro and Moreno had the yellows for Locomotive before this. Emi Rodriguez, interestingly, not shown yellow for the original foul. It was just a foul.
Yeah, it was like an unintentional foul.
Coley on the restart, headed clear, Chamasi, and that's a foul over the back of Chamasi. And actually, Coronado by Tulsa's Lamar Batista, who I think was the other player who saw yellow. No, not from Tulsa. It was Pierre, the second half substitute. So Pierre sees yellow along with Calvillo after that scuffle. But Batista, certainly, I think the player who went right after Emi Rodriguez after the foul.
Very lucky to escape nothing.
So, 88th minute, the restart coming, I am sure. We will have a little bit of stoppage time. Segrist, a substitute for FC Tulsa, coming in for Ian. After all of that, FC Tulsa winning the ball. Locomotive trying to get on that. Good work, Coronado. Alfaro boots it forward. That's a nice pass into space.
Great touch forward. Oh.
Moreno's going to get shoved down by Batista, and Batista's got to be very careful. He is going to see yellow here.
And that's going to be a red, no?
He is not.
I am not keeping track of these yellows.
Yeah, that is his first yellow.
Okay.
But a clear shove on Moreno, and very frustrated. Lamar Batista, 6'5", center forward from Oklahoma City.
Clear foul.
Yeah, that's going to get you every time. Extended hands. And Amando Moreno is down. They're going to have to bring on Cody Simmons to take a look. Didn't look like a lot in that foul. I'm sure Moreno is doing his part to wind that clock a little bit.
It actually looked like he hit his head on the ground when he fell.
Well,
but that
is problematic.
Holding his knee, I don't know.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to tell you the USL on CBS Sports Network closes out October. Championship Western Conference Showdown. New Mexico United versus Oakland Roots SC. Sunday, October the 19th on the CBS Sports Network. That is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain. We are into the 90th minute. Amando Moreno back up onto his feet and favoring the knee. We'll see how much this adds to the end. But the free kick earned. We're hearing 6 minutes of stoppage time. Ruiz and Calvillo on the restart. Ruiz in swinging ball goes straight at it. Peñarando there firmly. He's decided to test Peñarando a couple of times tonight.
And you know, I like that. I like that ball. I just think if you get a runner in front of that, like, you can get a flick on. I mean, that's a super successful. I mean, that's difficult when you have someone running onto it. Unattested, I mean, the keeper will get it every time.
That's played off the referee. Natalie Simon will have a dropped ball here for FC Tulsa. Coley forward forced Lukic. Lukic trying to find a loose lane. Cannot. FC Tulsa pulled back. Wide of Lukic, comes to the right side. St. Pierre chopped away by Ruiz.
That was an incredible ball that came across to him. Squeaked through just about every Locomotive player in the middle of the field.
Lukic the flick. That's Chamasi, and he's going to be whistled for the foul indeed. Fans may disagree, but that was a clear shove. And a dangerous restart here for FC Tulsa. Call it about 25, 26 yards off the line. That's Amon taken down. Jamali Waite will set his wall. Luke Spencer looking on. Lukic. The Serbian will have a go up and over the wall and in! Lukic in the 92nd minute ties it for FC Tulsa. A beautifully taken free kick.
Right over the wall. Nothing Jamali Waite could have done.
And that erases 3 points for Locomotive FC and makes everything else more problematic. FC Tulsa scoring late as they did in Tulsa with a second half substitute. Lukic up and over.
Looked like Jamali kind of went with two hands. You know, he would have kind of been able to extend a little bit longer if he would have just reached out with one. That's unfortunate to give up in the extra minutes of this game.
Stefan Lukic with his 5th goal of the season. And here is Coley. Stepping in nicely. St. Clair stuffed by Jamali Waite. As we enter the 4th of 6 added minutes. That will come to Coronado. Shoveled away, St. Clair. Lukic has it go to the far post. Off the back and top of the net.
And those are the balls you cannot give up on this part of the field. Again, in your defensive third, playing a ball in the middle, it's going to be one. I mean, he missed that by inches.
Rattles it off the top of the net. Wait. Coley. Bounces to Reese. Coronado. Calvillo. Into the 95th. The foul. Luke Spencer upset.
So we'll see what Locomotive want to do with this free kick. Great run by Sordo. Good job defensively by Tulsa just to get that out. Colley's doing such a great job in the middle of the field, just kind of dictating and controlling this game for Tulsa. Good double team by Locomotive. A little yank on that jersey. And no foul. Oh, we do have a foul. And with 30 seconds left in this game, looks like it might just come out a draw. There doesn't seem to be much urgency by either team right now. So to see who's going to get this home playoff match, we're going to have to wait another week. Who will clinch that home playoff berth? And good job by Ackway, just kind of trying to get in that attack. Looks like Locomotive might have one more chance. Jeromo, great skills. It looks like it might be a corner. It looked like it was deflected. Nope, and that will be game. Great job by Tulsa getting this last goal to tie the game in extra minutes. Pretty crazy game just as far as it getting a little out of control at the end. A lot of yellow cards we saw, but a lot of opportunities. Some great goals, a great set piece by Tulsa, by Lukic, and in the first half, a great goal by the Locomotive. So until the results are final, there isn't a home playoff clinch for either team right now, sitting in fourth. So we'll just have to see what happens moving forward. So 1-1 for El Paso Locomotive against FC Tulsa. We will see what the scores are at the end of this night with Phoenix playing, and come back with us and we'll see some highlights and the standings as it stands.
Vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in heart of the desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
Pack and Ship Express can help with any printing needs, big or small. Our team has the expertise and state-of-the-art technology to print posters or banners, as well as flyers, brochures, and business cards. Need something ASAP? Pack and Ship offers deadline printing, so if you need something fast, Pack and Ship Express can help. Pack and Ship Express, so much more than shipping, at 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. Find us online at packandshipep.com.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Your final score, Locomotive FC 1, FC Tulsa 1. Stefan Lukic with his 5th goal of the season as we take a look at a few of the highlights and check out our physical play of the match, GECU save of the game as well. Let's take a look at the save. GECU save of the match. This came in the opening minutes of the game. Coley off his line, the Jamaican international Jamali Waite making a critical stop. And that's the way it worked, like the opening 5 minutes, FC Tulsa all over Locomotive FC. But Jamali Waite needed to be the backstop and did the job. Physical play of the game. Brought to you by Physical Therapy Balance and Hand Centers, Beto Avila.
And very deserving of it this match. I mean, he was incredible physically.
Just winning that one, and again, this one it stays in and basically muscles his way to a throw-in for Locomotive FC. And your estrella of the match tonight is the Locomotive players salute the crowd, Kofi Chumasi, with some big saves defensively as well, and deserving here, and gets the assist on Locomotive's goal this evening. Beautiful kick off the restart by Reese, but it's Chumasi who wins it in the air. It comes to Gabi Torres, who scores his 4th goal for Locomotive FC, which ties his entire output over multiple seasons with Phoenix Rising and gives Locomotive a 1-0 lead that they held all the way up until very, very late in this match. But the goal coming in added time, the 92nd minute, from Stefan Lukic.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I think, just some of the final thoughts for tonight, going into next week where it's absolutely necessary for them to want to get a home advantage, to get some wins. They did a better job second half being defensive, communicating, more organized. The Locomotive have to find a way not to give up a goal in the last seconds of the games, in extra time, in the last minutes. They just have to find it within themselves to just absolutely not allow something like that to happen. It's happened multiple games. I think if they can, they struggled early on in the season not scoring first, and now they're scoring first and they're getting goals. So they just have to really do a good job of not allowing these goals to tie the game and essentially give up those points that they almost had.
A huge Copa Tejas rivalry match versus San Antonio FC to round out the regular season in San Antonio. 6:30 p.m. kick. You can watch that at the Saki Paso out on the east side off of Pelicano Boulevard. The Locomotive watch party is there. But this is the way it winds up in El Paso, Texas. Your final score, Locomotive FC 1, FC Tulsa 1. We certainly appreciate your viewership all season long. We'll see if we've got the home playoff match to open the round, but Locomotive with the 4th seed now would have that home match. They have got to earn all 3 points though versus San Antonio, and Phoenix has something to say about this as well. So for Holly Mata and our producer tonight, John Morgan, I am Duke Keith. The final score, Locomotive FC 1, FC Tulsa 1. So long from El Paso, Texas.
Reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League. This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.